Greetings. It's your boy DrBlaque. Allow me to introduce myself. Some of you may have heard about me. I've recently been cast into a space of the internet that is commonly known as the Black manosphere. And as the flavor of the week, I am public enemy number one. So I decided to make this video because I wanted to let everyone know who I am and what I stand for, because of course on social media, on the internet, people mischaracterize you on purpose. There are lots of dishonest people. There's conflict is more interesting than truth many times, and so people will mischaracterize you, demonize you, so on and so forth, to increase ratings. We can't help it. Human beings are wired to be entertained by conflict or mishaps or these type of things, and we all know that the internet brings out some of the worst impulses in us. Before I get on with my introduction, I'd like to give this public apology to the LGBTQ community, because in the video that I'm going to link below, I used a anti-homosexual slur that I'm not really sure why I used it. I haven't even used that word in, I don't even remember, maybe decades, and it came out in a moment that I regret. And so to my LGBTQ friends, I apologize. To the community, I apologize. I know some of you won't forgive me, you won't accept my apology. That's your right, I respect that, but I generally am a supporter of the LGBTQ community. I have LGBTQ friends and I respect them, and I intend to never use that word again. Absolutely not in a debate forum or any other public arena, just not at all. And it was completely inappropriate, and I look forward to being better and to not making those types of mistakes. Now, back to the introduction. I am almost 40 years old. I'm from the Caribbean. I've spent the majority of my life in the United States. I did all my school in the United States. I'm a United States Navy veteran. And what the manosphere despises most about me, what you may have heard about me, is that I am a feminist. Yes, I'm a black male feminist. Apparently, in this small, insignificant part of the internet, the people who support the manosphere find that to be strange, or even more so, they find it to be unconscionable. I am a feminist because the definition I use, which I'm allowed to use the definition that suits my purposes. So the definition I use of a feminist is someone who believes in the philosophy of gender equality. And the reason why some people ask, well, why I call it feminist? It's childish, but the answer to that question is because the genders weren't equal, and they haven't been equal for the majority of human history. Only the last 40 years has gender equality started to actually make steps, legal steps, and significant steps. So to get to equality, we started all the way on the male side, with men having all the rights and women have little to none. To get to equality, we're going to have to push the pendulum back, and that's what feminism has been doing, and very successfully. And of course, they're extremists, and this is important for you to know if you're going to follow my channel and if you listen to me speak. They're extremists, and I'm not one of them. I'm not an extremist on anything. I can't think of a single subject that I'm an extremist about. I don't like extremism. I try to be balanced as possible. I try to be balanced. Of course, I'm a human, so I have certain prejudices and I have certain biases, but I don't have an extreme view on things. And any prejudice that I have, especially if it's a negative one, I try to work on it. I try to purge myself. I try to be better. So prejudices, you kind of get them from your culture, or you're born with them, and there's different theories on that, but we know prejudices are the negative form of a bias, and so I try not to have any of those. Biases aren't necessarily negative, and I'm a feminist because the women who raised me, the women in my life, have been the best examples of human beings to me. And everyone is different. Some people have great male examples. Some people have great male role models. One of my heroes is former President Barack Obama. He's a male, but I'm a feminist nonetheless. And being a feminist to the manosphere is, excuse me, as I was saying, being a feminist is an assault on the spirit of the manosphere. Pardon the interruption. I am speaking to you from the other side of the world, and I'm working in a military environment, but I wanted to make this video to kind of introduce myself and to set this challenge to the people in the manosphere, the men who have been making videos about me and talking about me behind my back. These misogynists or these extreme pro-men personalities, I don't find it to be quite masculine to be acting in a real man way to talk about a man behind his back. I think that if you have questions about my views, what I think, how I feel, then you should ask me. You have a show, you're a host, then you should invite me onto your show and speak to me about the topic. Schedule an appointment like other people have. I already made this claim to Bernard Riley on his show, which will be in the link, and that's where you hear me speaking about it. And I went on there and explained all of Bernard's childish elementary questions quite easily. Now, the other people in the panel, the people with other questions, none of the questions were difficult. I answered them all easily. They're very simple questions, but the core of apparently the black male manosphere is that you can't be a feminist because an uneducated mind can't grasp that a man could be a feminist. Being a feminist doesn't mean you're a woman. Every woman is not a feminist. So clearly you don't have to be a woman to be a feminist or to not be a feminist. All you have to do is respect women, to appreciate women. And on this Mother's Day, I am proud to say that I'm a feminist, and I'm probably going to be a feminist forever because I will never lose my appreciation for women. I'll never stop liking women. I'll never stop loving women. I'll never stop loving the women who've done the most for me. And I'll never join with people who are anti-woman or who have strong anti-woman feelings or anti-woman views. I am proud to be the antithesis of the black manosphere. I'm proud to be the antithesis of any manosphere. I'm proud to be the antithesis of any person or persons who are against women. Just like I'm proud to be the antithesis of racist. I'm not a racist. I don't have a view that any one race is better than the other. So if you're a racist and you don't like me because I say let's be all inclusive, and there are people in the black community who are racist and who don't want to be inclusive of the other races, I'll be against you too. We'll just be on opposing sides. And if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it anytime. We can schedule it, and the audience will see who has a superior view. Clearly, being an anti-woman and being a racist are failed concepts, and people still do it. And we have social media, so we can get out there and talk about it. And I feel that it's the responsibility of intelligent people to combat bad ideas. And respecting someone doesn't mean you respect their bad ideas. Respecting someone is saying you have inherent value. I'm a humanist. That's what I think. Each human has inherent value. But each human's ideas don't have inherent value. Ideas have to be measured on the value of an idea comes from if it solves a problem or not, or if it helps to solve a problem. And so if you're in the manosphere, I'd love to hear, what problem have you solved by hating on women? Not a single person can answer that question for me yet. What do we gain from saying that women are not accountable and we should look down on them, and they need to be put in their place? Who are we to say that the majority of human beings, being women, need to be put in a place? If anything, wouldn't we, the minority of human beings, men, fall into place behind them? And if they don't have to put us in our place, if we're not going to fall in place behind them, then why do they have to fall in place behind us? And that's the concept of being a feminist, understanding that equality is the best way forward. And equality doesn't mean that we all do exactly the same thing. On the video, you're going to hear men argue against the value of a woman giving birth as if there's an alternative. A person who is not giving women credit for giving birth is not thinking straight, because no one can take the woman's place. for giving birth and giving life. So I'm proud to be against people who hate on women. I'm proud to be a feminist. I am African American, even though I guess I'm not technically African American. I mean, that's an American thing. I am an African from the Americas, but I'm a feminist and I'm proud of it. And shout out to my mother, who's black. Shout out to my cousins who are successful black women, my aunts who are successful black women, to my daughter on her way to being a very successful black woman, my other daughter who has been a straight A student for longer than I can remember, to my beautiful wife. That reminds me of the last point. I am now gay or homo or whatever negative slur a pillow biter one video says, because I support women and women's rights and equality. Now, I'll leave you with this question. Who is more likely to be gay? Not that there's a problem with being gay. I think in the manosphere there's a lot of hidden, closeted homosexual feelings that maybe some of those guys need to come out the closet. But who is more likely to be the gay one? The person who is for women, who support women, who is heterosexual and in a heterosexual marriage, or a group of guys circle jerking each other saying that they hate women? Think about that. Thank you for coming to my channel. I hope to see you again soon. 1.